Hello ladies and gentlemen, JD Collectible here with a brand new video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Usos Championship Showdown collection, Series 11. The Usos, to me, the all-time best tag team in WWE history when you talk about longevity, championships, in-ring performance, charisma, just all of those elements that make a great tag team. There is no question that they are in a league of their own. There is no other tag team in WWE history. I'm not talking the Hart Foundation, not the British Bulldogs, New Age Outlaws, who else? I mean, Edge and Christian, the Dudleys, the Hardys. No team has had the longevity of these guys. They have been in this, and over the last really two and a half years since the Bloodline angle, we have just seen a level of performance from them that has just catapulted them into that conversation. Whenever you people talk about best tag teams of all time, best tag teams of the modern generation, the Usos, they deserve to be right at the top of that list. And this is all due respect, with all due respect to the, Young Bucks, to the Briscoe brothers, and, these teams have been, I think they would be their closest peers in terms of teams that have just stood the test of time and have been together for over a decade. And really with them, they've been a tag team on the main roster for 13 years, which is incredible in WWE because of the tendency that WWE has to break up tag teams so frequently. So we're going to get into this. Picked this up at Walmart a few weeks ago. It was funny because did I see this? No, that was my first time seeing it. I saw this in Walmart probably about close to a month ago, I think. And it was just, great set. And if you know anything about me, I love some good old basic figures. Yes, I collect plenty of elites, but I collect just as many basic figures, especially when they look as good as this. And this is an incredible set. We're just going to take a little look at the box. So of course, front you have the side image of the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. The only thing I do not like, which is not a concern because I have plenty of extra belts, but you only get one belt in the figure, which is very strange. I do not understand that at all, but I guess budget reasons or because it's a basic series. I assume if this was a tag team double set, they would have elite set, they would have two belts. And this is just, really just like these. In the Championship Showdown, these have replaced the battle packs. So years ago, battle packs were the sets that you would get the double basic figures in, and they actually had some that were three figures, so it varied a lot, but for the most part, battle packs, and the price of the battle packs was very affordable. I want to say at one time they were actually maybe around $15, then $19.99. Now this was a little pricier, and not by that much, but this was I guess the early, I want to say this was more than $19.99, but not too much more. And figures, as with everything, has gone up over the last year and a half due to inflation. So that's just life, but still great value for two figures. And on the back we see some stats about them. We also see the other individuals in this series, which would be Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, and John Cena, Roman Reigns. And yeah, so we're gonna get into it, see what these figures are looking like. And the Usos, they have been in the run of just, such a huge run lately. Of course, this year they headlined their first WrestleMania against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Then they headlined the last week at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view against Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa, with Jey Uso scoring the biggest win of his career, becoming the first man to pin Roman Reigns in 3.5 years. So just incredible. The Usos have just been so hot this year. They've been in the forefront of the Bloodline angle in so many awesome segments and matches. So just really have enjoyed their work. I'm going to be careful in opening this. Don't want to tip the table over. And as you cannot, this is actually the first video I've done in my backyard, so something different. Want to get out of the house, and I have it's better lighting out here too, so hope I'm gonna try to keep this up as the summer continues. So we're gonna so let's take these bad boys out. And I also hope you like this shirt. Yes, this is old school. If you've been watching wrestling for as long as I have, this definitely will bring back some memories. This is the Sting and RoboCop combination. If you remember WWE pay-per-view back in the early 90s, I think it was 1990, Capital Combat, where RoboCop, who was huge at the time, RoboCop was a popular movie franchise. He made an appearance on the show to help Sting in a storyline. So yeah, this is Surfer Sting. This is the Sting I grew up on. You know, Sting. Well, I grew up on all eras of Sting, but you know, I mean, this was the guy that made me a wrestling fan. If it was not for Sting in the early 90s, I would not be a wrestling fan today. He is by far my favorite wrestler of all time, and I just have so many memories of him in this, you know, the surfer attire with the spiky blonde hair and the colorful face paint and those Michael Jackson sequin, you know, jackets he would wear to the ring. So Sting is just the man, and still is the man in AEW. So yeah, let's get into these figures. We're gonna start with, I believe this is Jey Uso. Yes, shorter hair, Jey. And I like the feel, and that's one thing with me in figure. I love the feel of a figure. I'm trying to keep off my time. I want to keep this pretty brief. I like these pants. You know, you have kind of the little layer. You know, kind of, I don't know if it's called ruffles, but kind of like the bottom of them is. I just like that feel. You have the sneakers and the bloodline. They are very chic fashion wise. I mean, they're kind of like with Mysterio as far as wrestlers whose merch I would wear in public, as you know, that looks good, just regular clothes you can wear every day, even if you're not going to a wrestling show or wrestling event, you know, or wrestling convention or whatever. The Usos have some really cool attire. We see on the you know, the bloodline symbol, the bloodline, you know, abbreviated logo. We see the tribal, you know, Samoan tattoo work, and Jey has this arm sleeve, and you know, the hair really good. You know, it's a basic, so you know, you're not gonna get the quality of the face. What's the word? The face. What do you call it? The face. Sculpt. My gosh, head scan. That's what I mean. Head scan as an elite, but it's very solid and respectable. I like it. Looks like he's a little sleepy, but you know, I think it's a good quality figure. Then you have Jimmy, and of course the much longer hair. I really like the split, the, you know, the red and the black. That's just a good visual for him. And he has a black armband that's a little shorter than Jay's, and then same attire. You know, the and his actually a little different actually, because his bloodline logo is on the left side of his pants. Okay, so it's basically reverse. Yeah, it's reverse. So that's cool. Cool little, as you can see that. Excuse me. And so yeah, I think that's pretty much. And like I said, these just feel really good in the hand. I just love a good feeling figure, because every elite and every basic figure does not feel good. Some figures, or every figure is different to me, and these just feel really good, really solid. I think these will have some staying power, and most of my figures, actually all of them, they really just go on display, because you know, outside these videos I pretty much don't do a lot other with them at the moment. So you know, these figures are going to last for a very long time. So whoa, and we may need to be bringing this video to a close. That was something fine. So, and then you get one belt, you know, basic, you know, belt that comes with it. Nothing to write home about. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So here you go. You have the Usos Championship Showdown. If you see this series, if you see this set, I definitely encourage you to pick it up. I know the Usos have some Ultimate Edition figures coming out soon, and they have they've been in a couple of series of. I know they were in one of the more recent Elite series. I want to say it was maybe the recent SummerSlam series. So they've been having a lot of figures coming out, and they deserve it, because the Usos, they've been putting in the work, just like Roman Reigns, just like you know, all your you know, all your top stars in the company, Cody Rhodes, Bianca Belair, you know, people who have been really just running it for the last several, Seth Rollins, you know, the Usos, they are on that level to me. They have just been incredible, and to me, best tag team in WWE history. So hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, and I will talk to you again after a while.